You may recall that a few years back, with the help actually some of the people who were here, like Ms. Judy Haddon and other folks, we began talking about something eventually became known as the community role models. So today we have some of the wonderful, talented, dynamic young adults who have stepped forward to take on their leadership roles. And I wanted to just give you a brief introduction and let them come up and see and tell us what they've been up to, what has the community role models is all about. It's fitting that we start with our come on forward. And it's fitting that we start with the mission statement, because part of it, as all of you know, we like to say a lot, is that we're an inclusive community in which each person is important. And that means also our young adults. And we recognize here in the county that our young adults are a significant, very important part of the community. But saying it alone isn't enough. I think government needs to move forward. And as we look at the next slide, and you can see that first, I'm sorry, you go right back, after a lot of debate and what would possibly resemble the community role models, this logo was developed by the talented group that has taken on the leadership. And we'll be hearing a little more about that. But county needs to do more than business as usual. And so one option for young adults was launched in 2003 through our community role models, which is a great way to be part of the evolution that we have going here in Arlington, where the folks, and we can see it with our young youth here, and then as our youngsters mature and become young adults, this is a wonderful initiative for our folks in their 20s and 30s to engage more in civic life and use their talents that all of them have toward enhancing our county life. So I want to turn it over to and give a special thanks to Dan Sluman and Christy Ammerman, who are here to speak on behalf of the community role models. But I also like, there are a couple of others who are here. I'd like to also put them on the spot also, tell them to come up and stand next to the speakers here, because they need to be highlighted. Joining us also is David Morrison, who's promptly modeling a community role models t-shirt that they've come up with, and Mike Smaha, who also is part of the leadership. And Mr. Chairman, my colleagues, when you hear the people yell out, get up, get out, get involved, don't be surprised. These are the wonderful people who are taking up in the leadership. Well, I'd like to turn it over to them to tell us a little more about this initiative.
Great. Thanks, Walter, and thanks, County Board, for having us here to talk about an organization that's been very important to us over the last couple of years. We understand the importance of the Arlington County vision to you on the County Board, and are just happy to talk a little bit about the small contributions we've made over the last couple of years towards furthering this mission. It really all started with the creation of the steering committee, which was comprised of about 15 to 20 young adults from diverse backgrounds. Christy, myself, and these two folks have been part of it throughout the whole time. And through a number of strategic planning sessions and meetings, you can go back to that last slide actually, we created our own mission statement for what we wanted to do. Essentially, we wanted to be a resource to Arlington County, to two main bodies, to the young adults in Arlington that were looking to get more deeply involved in their community, and to the nonprofits in the area that needed help from volunteers. Next slide. Through a number of these meetings, we've been meeting once or twice a month. We developed a slew of tools and split up into separate focused teams that have allowed us to get further in accomplishing our mission. We've created our own logo, and we've attached this logo to different T-shirts and postcards, which I think you have in your packets in front of you. And we have our own monthly e-newsletter to advertise some of the upcoming events that we have. We actually have a tabletop display board that's right up in front of you. And we split up into our separate teams. Our programs team is charged with setting up and coordinating volunteer activities with the nonprofits. Our outreach team is charged with growing our volunteer base and making sure that each volunteer activities has an adequate number of people at it, and our marketing committee supplies us with the media presence that we need.
Great. Well, thanks. Again, we're very glad to be here today, and what we're so excited to tell you is that a lot of young adults want to get more involved and connected to their community. So this has been a great way for us to get them energized and make sure that they have something to do, basically to give back to the community. As you can see, we have over 750 young adults who have signed up on the CRM website to find out about our events and activities and participate. So we're having a very steady group of people come out to our monthly events. Besides that, as Dan mentioned, we have a monthly e-newsletter. There's also a newsletter called What's Up Arlington. We've been able to get a CRM presence in that form as well to give people who are trying to find out what's going on in Arlington to know what volunteer options are available and how they can participate. We're excited, again, as I said, if you look at our display board, if they're able to put that on TV, it would be great. We have great pictures showing just the fun activities and events we participated in, working in conjunction with a lot of other groups that are trying to make Arlington a better community. For example, we've done a Clean the Stream Day with Arlingtonians for a Clean Environment. We've also worked with Offender Aid and Restoration, Arlington Food Assistance Center, and basically, had a whole variety of events, either where we're getting out, cleaning up environmental sites, or we're going and helping to wrap presents for kids, or helping collect food donation items. So what we want to say to you again is thank you very much for your support, and as you all are in touch with Arlingtonians of all different ages, we would like you to please help us with our goal of having a long-term presence in Arlington. On the Arlington County website, people can go just to search at the very top, type in community role models, and it'll pop up our website. Please do your part if you can to help us get young adults connected and find out more about the great activities we're doing. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Christian. Thank you, Dan. My colleagues really appreciate the good work that you've been doing. They've been kept informed. They've been following your activities, and it wanted to today highlight, and it was a good progression from our youth and move up to our young adults and see that we do have a lot of talent in the community. And, Mr. Chairman, including our members of our own county staff actually have taken place in some of the community role models activities. So there's plenty of talent throughout the county. And this would not have been possible, as I started to mention earlier, had not been for staff also that has worked very hard. And I want to also highlight there are many people, in particular, Greg Castano, who was here, also deserves a lot of the credit because he spent countless hours and time from the very beginning, actually, shaping this program. I understand he also congratulations are in order since I believe became a recent dad. So. Oh, okay. Okay. And so it's we just want to express our appreciation, and to do that, we also have a certificate that the chairman will come down and award to you. We'll have a picture taken. Maybe also we'll have a shot of the display that you have put together so that we can show it on our part of the report when these meetings are repeated. So, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Tejada, yes, we have a certificate we'd like to present to recognize the successful implementation of this program and all you who have worked on this. I also want to note particularly the work of my colleague, Mr. Tejada, who really several years back, as he was joining this board, identified this as an area, volunteerism being a key part of Arlington and what makes Arlington so great. There are some segments of the community that don't get reached automatically by a lot of the traditional mechanisms we'd used, and he identified that we have a whole lot of younger folks, young adults in this county who have all kinds of energy, ideas, skills, talents, but a lot of the mechanisms we had didn't automatically get in contact with them. So this program was intended to harness all that energy, to find ways to reach out and include this group of our community, and it clearly has been very successful. Was it 750 was the number?
750.
That is
so
tremendous
far.
In a very short period of time and still growing. So to recognize this, I'm going to come down and present you with this certificate, a small token of our appreciation and recognition. I'll ask Mr. Tejada to join me. Mr. Ferguson, you have the chair for the moment.